Hello, this is Wario Enchanted and welcome back to Wario Land. This is where the game starts lying. Because you remember how many levels had those little things that show, oh, you can get something new here now. Not quite the full truth. So we can get the owl here, which is quite simple. It's quite a fun mechanic, the owl. You just kind of like control the owl directly while Wario dangles from his talons. That's quite funny. Also, there's no time limit. You can just do it as long as you need, as long as you don't get hit by anything stupid. And of course, here's what we need the owl for, is navigating this maze of spikes. I like the music as well, it's quite funny. This is the whole owl music, the whole owl mechanic is just fun and entertaining, and I really like it. And luckily, unlike some enemies, the owls respawn quite quickly. So it's not like those little squishy things where sometimes you have to walk quite far away to get them back. But yeah, this episode was exhausting because while it's only less than 15 minutes long, the recording itself took an hour because of the game, as I mentioned earlier, lying to me. But we'll get to that when we get to it. For now, this is one of the more annoying puzzles because it requires pretty perfect timing, but not this stage yet, though. The next bit. That'll be the next bit. For now, we'll need the key before we can even think about the chest. And the key is relatively simple. Just make it all the way to the right. And now, these are the blocks we need to break. But we need to be up, otherwise someone won't attack us. There we go. So this is quite a simple way of doing it, really. You just need to be firing that tiny little area. But to get to the chest and uncover those fire blocks on the other side of the room, it's way more of a pain because it requires way more precise timing. You see, if you time it just wrong, you'll get stuck in that little pit as the little fireball Wario, and the fireball can't jump. So you have to be very exact on exactly when we jump out so that we can be Fire Wario for this section of it. Because it's very easy to get Fire Wario somewhere he can't get out of, as the fireball. And that is so frustrating, that took me so many tries to get that right. There's a lot of puzzles in this video that are quite annoying as well. This is probably one of the more annoying videos to put together, but now we have this rather useful item. Now we can jump really high. Well, not really high, an extra block. And if we bounce off an enemy, we can jump even higher. So I'm no longer going to be trusting these little sparkles. What I'm going to be doing in the future is using the temple. Because the temple tells you what the next level you can actually get something useful in is. And then, once I have all the useful things, then we can worry about like getting all of the random treasures and things that we haven't got yet, so. And by then, we don't have to worry about being blocked off by anything stupid. But this is a problem. You see that weird knotty thing above us? That is a waterfall. It needs to be day, but there's no way of knowing that's a waterfall. I had no idea that was what that was. So I had no idea being day would do anything. This is one of the more annoying puzzles because of that, because I had no way of knowing that day and night even affected this level in the same way as other levels. But it does. I do quite like that you can tell because the water's a lot lighter. So now we can get past this waterfall, now we know that's what it is. But yeah, I had no way of knowing that's what that was, that's ridiculous. So let's head in here then, for a rather simple puzzle and a rather fun one as well. We just need to make sure we don't do it too early. Because we need to be big. And none of these will get us big, but this one will. I like the chill music for the Snowball Wario as well. Pun intended. I do like how each of the things ends in a way that makes sense for them, like a balloon Wario, when he's been inflated, he kind of pops against the ceiling, or the Snowball Wario smashes into the wall, or the Fire Wario disintegrates. I quite like how they all have like a rather clever way of ending with a funny animation, rather than just a time limit expiring and them just disappearing, because that would be quite lame. Yeah, that was the thing. I was stuck in the Castle of Illusions for ages because I thought there was something there that I could do. There's nothing right now. Even though in the last level, Castle of Illusions was highlighted as if there was something new to do there, but there isn't. So yeah, that's what I mean by this game is starting to lie to us now. I'm going to start needing to use the temple to actually figure out where to go. At least until we have enough upgrades and environmental items that it doesn't matter. Now for this part, we actually need to go to an area we've been before. It's not this one. It's this one. With the rat. That was kind of cool that I got him to break the thing, but I kind of spoiled it by getting caught immediately. Yeah, I think at this point I didn't quite realise I actually needed to be there. It doesn't take too long to work it out though. And also because of the high jump we can now get out of water much more easily, which is very nice. So yeah, this is what we need it for. Not just getting through here, this is what we've already done this, but it's this. High jump gets us up here, so we can get in this little room. And this is the most annoying puzzle in this video. Because took so long to figure out the trick, because you have to get these enemies up. Because the very top one of these platforms doesn't have an enemy on it already. So we need to carry one of the two enemies on the bottom level all the way up this set of levels. But I thought I was just trying to do it by throwing the enemy, but that doesn't actually work, because the topmost platform is slightly off screen, and so when you jump up to the topmost platform, the enemy that's up there just disappears. What you have to do is what I'm currently doing, is carry the enemy physically with you up the platforms. Because that way, when the screen transitions, the enemy comes with you. And now we have it to get to the top level. And while it might look like we need another enemy to get up to right to the top, we actually don't, because it's just right there. We can just get the key and it's fine. And the coin just for a victory lap. But yeah, that's one of the more annoying puzzles to figure out when you don't realise the trick. And then when you get it all the way to the top and then it disappears because the screen transitions, that is so frustrating. It's the worst. This game is starting to get hard in an annoying way. It's still quite fun, but there are some puzzles that just aren't. But it's interesting that it's requiring you to use mechanics in very different ways and very special ways. It makes it very annoying to actually do. Like, it's getting difficult in an interesting way, but it's interesting in a way that's still physically annoying to actually do it. Even though it's interesting conceptually. Like, timing the fight much more carefully and that sort of thing. Especially because it's now being dishonest about where you can go as well. That's really rude. So yeah, we couldn't actually get up to that key before. That's kind of what I realised was the thing we could do now that I couldn't do before, was because we couldn't make this jump. So we could get the key itself, we couldn't get on top of this. And this is what leads us to a boss, which is quite annoying. Because the idea of this boss is you have to uncover all four of these torches without being touched by him. And because the room's so dark, the bottom two torches are so annoying to hit. And it's partially because, as you can see here, he starts spawning new skulls, so you have to be very quick. And given the layout of the room, it's very hard to get back down again once you've got up. And that is very frustrating. This is one of those bosses that's just annoying to do, and it's just not fun at all. It's a cool idea though. I like the skeleton pirate, that's quite fun, it's annoying to actually play. Because it's quite often that can happen as well. You can just immediately get got because you're being an idiot. You kind of need to start at the top and work your way down, because that way you can kind of lure the ghost around and make it have more room to maneuver, because it's a very small room and you do not have much space, especially when you have to go down via the ladder in the middle there. And it's so easy to accidentally get caught by him. But yeah, I had to cut so much of this level out, it was literally an hour long. Well, I say literally, it was 55 minutes, but that's still, it was practically an hour long. I know the difference between literally and figurative, but because I've watched that mini snicket, it's fine. Yeah, here's how I kind of like figure out the trick to kind of lure the ghost a little bit out the way before you go for the next torch, but even then that gives him enough time to spawn another skull. There's just so much about this fight that's just kind of working against you, while all the other fights felt much fairer, in that like it was an arena you could navigate just as easily as the boss, but because of the ladders and just how difficult it is for Wario to go down sometimes in these kind of tight rooms, it just makes it frustrating and not fun at all to actually do. There's just so many of these skulls you have to do though, it's so annoying. Especially when you fail to get down or the boss is just in the way and so you have to wait a little bit of time. And then you just get caught on the way down and it's just not a fun fight. I'm just hoping that the rest of the game is a bit smoother sailing from here, because I'll actually be using the temple to know where things are in advance, so that I'll know which room I'm meant to be going for next, that sort of thing. It's a cute skeleton pirate though. I like his little flailing arms. There we go. Finally dealt with him. And of course, to get back up to the chest, we use his hat. That's fun. And we get another music box. Much more classic music box in shape. We've only got one more to go. We've almost got all the music boxes, that's exciting. And now there's a whirlpool. What is it with music boxes and natural disasters in this game? So, I'll see you next time as we explore beneath the waves. I hope you enjoyed this video more than I did making it. Goodbye. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and also join my Patreon. Thank you for James Rossi for already doing so at the Bio Enchanted Legs tier.